Hi guys, Fireman7 here. Just want to do a quick little video for you. Obviously the Premier League season kicked off yesterday with Liverpool beating Norwich 4-1, and then the rest of the games kick off today and Sunday. So what I wanted to do is a little video, because I saw this tweet from Unarming Pine about predicting the final Premier League table for the season, and I was thinking along those lines of doing a video to do with that. I was thinking maybe I'll do a team a day, building up until top finish, but then I saw this and thought, why not? We'll just do a quick little video and predict the league table together. And what I want to do as well, I want you guys posting in the comment section who you think will finish where. Maybe even if you do this table and then share it on, or copy the link and then share it into the comment section so everyone can see who's put the whole league table. Unless you want to write every single team in that, that's fine, but it'd be interesting to see how people's opinions differ, or maybe even see if there's some a pattern or similar predictions from everyone. For example, say Liverpool finishing top or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I'm just going to quickly go through this. I'm not going to go into too much details. I just want it as a fun little video just to see on the first weekend of the Premier League season, to see where everyone thinks teams are going to finish, and obviously where I think teams are going to finish. So we're going to start off with bottom of the table, and I think the team that is going to struggle the most this year is going to be Sheffield United. They done well towards the end of last season. They have got a good side, but I just don't think they have enough. So Sheffield United are going to come 20th. The team coming in 19th. Now, it's really tough down the bottom this year, but I think Brighton are going to struggle this year. I know some people might disagree, but I just don't see them doing it. I think they've been lucky the last couple of years, and I do like Brighton as a club, but I think they're going to struggle this year. And then in 18th position, with a heavy heart, I think it will be Southampton. Now, I think Ralph Hasenhüttl is an excellent manager, and if you haven't seen my Hasenhüttl experiment, then I'll leave a link above, so make sure you check that out. But I don't think they've done enough in the summer, and their squad is good enough. Even though Nathan Redmond has signed a new contract, he's a good player, it's good that they've kept him, I don't think their squad is big enough. So I think I think they will get relegated. Now, a team that's going to be floating around near the bottom in 17th place, and this is really difficult. I like Burnley as a club. They've done pretty well in pre-season, but I think Burnley will just miss relegation. I think they've just got more than these teams, so I believe that they will do that. One thing I was just thinking randomly is, I wonder if you can put a bet on how this would finish. We might even have a quick look on Sky Bet to see if we can predict the entire table, but I don't know if you can do that. If any betting companies are watching, you can do that, let me know. And if you just don't do it and decide you want to, then again let me know as well, just so I can do it, because it'll be interesting to see if we can win some money from it. So in 16th place, just ahead of them, I'm going to put Newcastle. They've gotten some good signings, Newcastle. They spent a lot on Joel Linton. I don't think he's really going to do much. He's not a goal scorer. He's more. To me, looks more like a holding forward, and I think they only scored 5 goals last year. So I think they're going to struggle, especially when letting Ayers Perez leave to Leicester. I think they're going to struggle with that. So, and I don't really rate Steve Bruce as a manager either. So I think they're going to struggle. So they're going to come 16th. In 15th place, again, it's going to be a struggle. I think Crystal Palace is going to come 15th there. They've still got Zaha, but I can see potentially in the next few days, or next upcoming weeks, obviously the foreign transfer windows are still ongoing, so potentially someone could come in for Zaha. I wouldn't be surprised if Napoli came in for him. And failing that, if he does stay, I think January someone will potentially come in and buy him. So I don't think Zaha will last the whole season, but I think Palace will struggle. And then in 14th place, again, it's really tough. There's some great teams in this league. I think Bournemouth are going to come in 14th place. Eddie Howe is a great manager. They made some decent signings. They've kept their squad together. They kept Ryan Fraser. Obviously, he was linked to Arsenal. And they are a very good side. I like the fact that he tries to go all English. Nathan Ake is a very good defender. So, I think they will do well and finish in 14th. 13th place finish is, obviously, they had a disappointing result last night, losing to Liverpool. Liverpool were a bit lucky in some terms, but obviously Norwich found it difficult. They need to strengthen their defence, which I think they will do in January. Stuart Webber is very good, so I think they will bring in someone or maybe one or two. But Norwich, I think they've got enough about them going forward that they will finish in 13th place. So in 12th place, I think it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. I can see that being Aston Villa. Aston Villa have signed a lot of players. Sometimes it takes time for these players to gel. But I think Dean Smith is their manager. I believe he's a very, very good manager. Some of the players they have brought in do look really good. It'll be interesting to see how this Wesley gets on. But I think Aston Villa will do well this year with the signings they've made, and they will finish in 12th position. Now in 11th, this is where it starts getting tough because there's so many good teams here. So many good teams. I think it's going to be Leicester. This is really tough deciding the top 10, 11, 12. But Leicester, although they brought in some good players, Tielemans is a great signing, Pratt is a good signing. I don't see them be able to do enough to break into that top 10, especially with some of the other teams really pushing this year, which will take me on to my next team, which I think will be West Ham. So West Ham have done well, they've built a good squad, but I just don't think they're enough. It's so tough at the top, it's so tough, and I believe between 11th and 4th is probably going to be very, very tight. Only a few points separating them. West Ham have brought in some good players. Hopefully Jack Wilshere is going to be fit this year, be key for them. And Sebastian Haller up front looks like a great signing. But I don't think they'll be able to break into any higher than 10th place. But that's because of the competition. And I think the next team here would be Watford. So Watford finishing 9th. They've signed a great player in Ismail Shah. He is a fantastic player. Obviously he was at Ron's. And I can see him being one of the signings of the season. I really do. He's very much like Pepe. Obviously Arsenal signed Pepe. Very, very similar. Not as good as Pepe, I don't think. But Ismail Shah is going to be a great signing for him. So I believe Watford will do well. 8th place. Now this is where it's going to be really tight. I am going to put Man United in 8th place. And the reasoning behind that is because they've let a lot of players go. Lukaku's gone. Obviously, he's been the main one. Pogba, there's a lot of rumours around him. Defensively, they're not that great. They've brought in Harry Maguire, but I think he will struggle personally. One, obviously, being the 80 million transfer fee, but the fact that I don't believe he is worth 80 million, and I think he will get exposed. So I think Man United are going to struggle this year. I don't believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right man for them. I mean, Daniel James potentially could be a good signing in the future, but I don't think he's really going to do anything now. So I think they're going to finish in 8th place. So up in 7th place, again, it's going to be tough. I can see that being Everton. So Everton have done really well. They have signed a lot of players. Do look good. Alex Iwobi is going to be a great signing for him. I know a lot of Arsenal fans wanted him to go, but I think he is fantastic. But I don't think they're going to have enough to break into that top 6 this year. Even with the likes of Chelsea and Spurs not really doing too much in the summer. And obviously with Man U being below there. But I think it's going to be tough for them to get in the top 6. I'll be surprised if they do, but they have brought in some good players to do it. Their key area that they didn't strengthen is defence. They've only got 3 central defenders, so I think at the start of the season that's really going to have a negative effect in the long term for them. Obviously they'll probably rectify that in January, but by then I think it'll be too late. So I think Everton will finish 7th. In 6th place, this is where I think Chelsea are going to finish. Although I think Frank Lampard is a good manager for the future, he's going to do really well. All the younger players are going to do really well for Chelsea this year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Tammy Abraham, see how he does. But I think Chelsea will finish 6th. I don't think they've got enough on the other teams, especially with obviously the other teams strengthening. And that leads me up to my next one, Wolves. Wolves, I think, are going to finish in 5th place. They've got a great side. Not really made any key signings this season. I think they brought in a couple, but if they carry on the form that they showed last season and the backing they've got from the board, etc., I believe they can break into that top 6, but they're not going to be able to get Champions League this year. 4th place, I think that's going to be Spurs. They haven't really done anything. They've, in my opinion, weakened their defence by letting so many go. Obviously, they've kept Harry Kane. They've got Dele Alli. There's also potentially going to be a good player. They couldn't get Dybala. That would have been a key signing for them. But yeah, I don't think Spurs have got enough in them now to challenge for the league title. So I think they will be fighting with that 4th place to 11th place or 12th place. They will be fighting for that top 4 position. 3rd place, now this is probably going to surprise some people. I think Man City are going to really push for the Champions League this year. I think defensively they're not amazing, although they are solid as a team, but I think a lot of their focus is going to be on the Champions League. They're not going to pay much attention to the Premier League. Obviously in the weeks where there is Champions League games, so I think that's going to affect them, and I think these top 2 teams are going to put a lot of pressure on Man City this year. And 2nd place, I am going to put my side, Arsenal. I think we've done such a good job in the transfer window. RAUL has done superb. We brought in Pepe. He's a great player. I think he's going to be in the likes of Hazard, Messi, Ronaldo. I think he's going to be brilliant. Obviously, we strengthened the midfield with Ceballos. And then obviously in defence, we brought in David Luiz, who I think will be a good signing. But Kieran Tierney is the key player that I think we've signed here. We really needed to shore up that left side of defence, which we've done. And Unai Emery seems to be developing this really good team. So I believe we're going to push all the way and get 2nd place this year, which obviously leaves last night's winners, Liverpool. I think they were superb last year. I think they were better than Man City and very unlucky not to win the league. So I believe Liverpool are going to win the league. So that is my table, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave it in the comments section. I will leave a link in the description to take you to this. So please remember to follow that, complete yours, share it in the comments section. Let me know who you think is going to win the league, who's going to finish bottom, everything. Even if you want to let me know who you think top goal scorers are. I've gone for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I think he's going to light up the league this year. He looks superb in pre-season. So that's what I think. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.